Okay, good evening, everyone. We will start on our topic 3. But before that, by continuing in this session, you agree that I record the session for my personal and commercial use, all right? And let me just share with you my iPad slide. Then we will start. And as usual, you can pause any question into the chat box, okay, related to the topic. And then after that, I will answer your questions as much as I can, okay? All right, so today's topic is topic 3. I have been running this on a weekly basis. Some of you actually follow from topic 1 to topic 2, now topic 3. I'll continue to do. I have at least 10 to 12 topics or even more. So depend on the responses and the kind of requests. So today's topic actually, it was a question asked by one of the participants. He's here today also. So this is the question that he has. Because in topic 1, we were discussing integrated estate planning, but then only for one person. So today we talk about 2 persons, means husband and wife. What happened when they die together? Then a lot of things become more complicated. So I'm going to, permute for you, paint the picture so that you are clear how you can advise your client. Okay, so the topic today is what's the mechanism to advise our clients with regards to double tragedy event. Double tragedy means husband and wife die at the same time or after a short while, of each other, and then leaving young children behind. Money they have, but stuck in the bank account, even stuck in insurance money, stuck in EPF, because the insurance and the EPF nomination may fail, or even bank accounts and a unit trust account, which are joint name with spouse, will also be frozen because the children are all below 18, so they could not have access to it. Okay, so how do you design the will? And then do you need to come up with a trust structure for them? The typical one is what we call the insurance trust, or inside the will, then you can put in what we call a testamentary trust. So I give you a very straightforward kind of thing, but everything is integrated and in a big picture, and they interact with each other so that if one event, let's say a typical prospect, you look at me, you want your typical prospect, usually we start with men. So husband, first situation, what happened if husband died? Second situation, what happened if the wife dies? Okay, and then third situation is the worst of all. Although it's worst case scenario, what happened when both husband and die together or in a short span of each other? Okay, and based on my years of experience in doing research and talking to the market and then doing lecturing, all these things, before the MCO, if you talk to people, say, okay, if you are not around, and then what happened? So they can still, they are quite responsive. I mean, many of you are also doing insurance. And when you talk to them about, hey, if you and your wife not around together, sometimes they may feel that it's very distant, the chances of it happening may not be so high. But with that, actually, I actually survey the market. So I know the market, like especially in Klang Valley. Last time I was doing a joint field work with my downline agents and, will writing company or trust company downline. So they actually, brought me to their high-end professional prospects or business owner prospects. So they also tell me, that, hey, sir, if me and my wife not around, then I want to make sure that, my all my things doesn't go to my child in one go, So we need to space it out and things like this. So that was actually 15 years ago, I tell you. So they already did this kind of awareness, and more so because of the MCO, because of the pandemic, because of the virus. Okay, so now when you talk to people that, if one person not around, 2 persons around, I think that actually, this is the best time to equip yourself with better estate planning knowledge and go and talk to your clients, because their awareness is much higher, and it's actually concerns that actually bothering their mind, every day. So actually, the way I actually talk to people is I usually use this as a worst case scenario. And for those who attended my training or courses before, always tell them that we actually handle 3 scenarios. Like I mentioned just now, if a husband is not around first, then your wife not around first, and then if husband and wife not around at the same time, then what happened to your children? What happened to your things, your assets, your liabilities? You know, how to handle all these things so that at the end of the day, you have absolute peace of mind. Okay, I'm not saying that others are not doing a good job, but what I'm trying to say is that many others in the market, they are doing piecemeal, or they do cross-selling. So they may have 1 or 2 financial instruments, maybe an insurance plus a nomination, and then plus an insurance trust, or even plus a will, but they're not coordinated at the same time. And then when you can actually do a very simple research, you can just imagine one of your clients or whoever, you know, with young children, married young children, and then this person died. Then what happened? So you permit it, list it down. Okay, insurance got problem. Oh, if a husband died, no problem because wife is the nominee. Then EPF EPF got the wife as nominee, so no problem. Bank account got joint name, and then got the survivorship clause. Okay, then not so much a problem. How about unit trust account? Okay, if unit trust single name, okay, be frozen. And things like this. Then you permute, and then you permute, okay, this client, the man dies, then the wife also died. Then what happened? Bank account, joint name, also tapakai. Life insurance, if nomination is 100% wife, then also tapakai, also frozen. Okay, frozen means the nomination will be nullified. Okay, means a normal nomination means the insurance proceed will fall back to estate. Then depend on what the will says. Okay, they're all interrelated, so you have to see it this way. Okay, today's session is a bit technical, so I hope you are okay because I see most, if not all of us, are practitioners. If you are not so sure, then you can put in the chat box. You do ask whatever question related to the topic, then I will know from where you are coming from. Okay, so just now I talk about the bank account, even like joint name, life insurance, nominee is wife, EPF nominee is wife. Also, if wife dies also, then all this cannot pakai. Then what happened? So when we talk to the clients, I always use problems. Okay, of course we have to study the solution, we study the law, and then after that, then we turn it around and permute all the problems that a client may face. Okay, the clients nowadays are very educated, very well exposed. They read newspaper, they read online newspaper, they read articles. Now they attend a lot of Zoom talk, and because of the MCO, then I'm sure some of your clients will ask you about trust. And actually, I have participants. I ask you for feedback. What are the topics that you want to learn? And many of you put trust. Okay, they may heard of trust, but what is it? How to use it? Okay. So today, although it's a 1 to about 1 hour for 20 minutes kind of thing, including Q&A, but I'm going to show you the structure that I use to help you to plan better for your clients. Okay, so it's very exciting because the clients at the back of their mind, they sure have thought of, hey, if me and my wife not around, then what happened to our things, Because nowadays, well, the fact is that whether people that we know, people we heard of, people even around us, or even sometimes our relatives also, they perish because of certain death and all this. I also don't know lah. Sometimes I tell people, don't know whether is it because of the vaccine that we put in, or is it a virus that keep catch out us, or because we cannot MCO for too long, then physically we are very not so active, or is it because psychology? So I don't know which one also. So what we do is that we talk like this in front of our clients or prospects to create some question mark in their mind. Okay, that actually trigger them the kind of insecurity and the concern about this kind of issue. Okay, so I'm sure it's quite easy to talk to them. So as a practitioner yourself, the key is actually to equip yourself on this situation whereby in the event of double tragedy, when both parents die at the same time, leaving behind young children, then how do you plan for them? Okay, so let's continue. For those who are not so familiar with me, I have a string of quali. Okay, I have my CHFC, CLU. For those who are in the industry, know that I was actually a life insurance trainer with AIA from 97. 95 to 97, then I've been CAP also, and then FLMI is qualification when I was in the life insurance training industry, and I've double major in politics and psychology. So at the moment, license-wise, I'm a Security Commission licensed financial planner. I'm also a FAR. FAR, I tie up with FA Advisory. They are licensed financial planning firm. And for the estate planning side, just to disclose that, I'm a senior franchisee for Rockville's Trustee Berhad. And also, I also represent the Islamic trust company. So my wasiat, I've done wasiat for my Muslim clients. So I use this Al Salahin Trustee Berhad. Okay. And just a bit of background for those who are not familiar about me. I may look young, but I'm not. So you can make a guess about how old I am. Let me just give you a bit of my background. So I graduated in 1992 from National University of Singapore. I double major in political science, psychology, minor economics, and you'll be surprised, Malay studies. Okay, so 1992-95, I was doing motivation sales of motivation products. So 95 to 97, I was an AIA trainer. So I do life insurance training, I do leadership training, I do motivation training. So I'm from the life insurance industry. After 97, I was an agency leader until 2011. Then 2011 onwards, then I moved out of the agency environment. So I become a licensed financial planner since 2011. Okay, until now. And since last year, I'm actually tied up with this FA Advisory. If you Google my name, you see some articles, especially you put Lee Ki Chuan, then you put estate planning, will writing, kind of thing, then a few articles will come out. I have been writing very actively for past many years. Actually, I have a series of 12 articles by this published by Smart Investor, one whole series of related articles. And I actually make it available in my this Estate Planning Academy course. Okay, so it's listed there. People like you subscribe, you can download it. And what do? You can actually send it to your clients. Okay, article by article. So a very nice, beautiful concept as my title for the articles. All these are concept selling, no solution. Okay, after they read, then they have to call us up, okay, as a estate planner or advisor. Okay, so I am proud to say that I'm the first person who actually advocate the concept of integrated estate planning in Malaysia, because I've written one article in FM 4E Journal that was more than 10 years ago. And recently I also wrote another article. You can see it is here. Let me see, where is it? Here. Okay, this one. Okay, this one is Smart Investor. 4E Journal. I again revisit the integrated approach to estate planning. Okay, so for those who follow my talk and also my training course, you will get some idea what kind of what do you call that, the concept that I have. Okay, so over the last 3 years, I have been lecturing a lot in a CAP module 2, which is insurance estate planning. And you'll be surprised, I've done 18 classes already, I mean the batches already. So if you add it up, it's about 800 Zoom hours. I also don't know how I cope and survive 800 hours, you know. Okay, so what happened is that I came up with this idea 2 years ago. It took me 1 year to put it together. So this this estate planning practice academy is an online academy where everybody can subscribe, and then you have access to a lot of my training materials in terms of lecturing and explanation. I got 9 sections now and 89 videos, and it's adding on. Like my this topic 1, topic 2, which I've done for last 2 weeks, and then today's one. After the session, the recorded one will actually put inside. I'll add on to this estate planning course that I have. under the premier version, okay, the 83 ringgit per month, that one, okay. So you subscribe to it, then you have access to it as long as you subscribe to it, okay. And I have a total of 14 hours, is like almost now I think 1,000 minutes already, okay. So it's value for money for you. And this one I mentioned to you, I already added on the section 9 already. Okay, so I add the section 9. So I put in the topic 1, topic 2 already. So topic 4, 5, 6, all this as I conduct, then I'll put it in and as a library for all of you lah who subscribe. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, to the topic, what's the mechanism to advise clients with regards to double tragedy event? Let me check my WhatsApp, anything? Okay, nothing important. All right, so what I do is just a bit of revisit for those who have seen it. Okay, I have this thing called 3-box. Okay, so this is my solution model, integrated solution model. So I'm sure some of you who actually find it very useful. So just a bit of a quick review for some of those who maybe attend this my session for the first time. So the first box on the right-hand side is life insurance. And then the box in the middle is what I call estate. Estate means all the assets under the person's name when he or she dies, okay? So I have movables, means liquid assets. And then I have properties. Then I have a private business shareholding. Either they are sole prop, then they have a partnership, or may have a Sdn Bhd, okay? And then the third box on the left is actually, I call it living trust. Okay, so what happened is that when we do so-called asset planning for client, first instrument we need to give is actually the will. Okay, I've seen our friend here, Zainal here. Okay, just to let people know that whatever I explains are for non-Muslim. Okay, but for people like who like Zainal, I'm sure you're IFP, Islamic Estate Planner, or you do wasiat, or we have other friends who want to learn about so-called Islamic asset planning. So one of the things that you can do is that you can use the same system that I have. I call it the 3-box system. And then some of the things are actually the same for non-Muslim or Muslim. Okay. And then of course, for Muslim, you have a different kind of situation. So actually that is how I learn non-Muslim and Muslim. I combine it together. Then I do a comparison. What are the things that are the same or what are things that are different? Okay. So I hope that does help you a bit, huh? Okay, so far whatever discussed are on non-Muslim, huh? So what we do is that we have the will who take care of these assets in the estate, right? So with the will, then we can appoint our own personal representative called executor, and we are focusing on this target market, means parents with young children. So then this thing, guardianship, that can be appointed in the will will be very important. Okay, and then for those who know it, in the will we also put in testamentary trust. Okay, so to me actually there are only 2 types of trust. So far up to so many years, I only hear recently, I don't know from who, another speaker or trainer said that there are only 2 types of trust basically for estate planning, which is correct. One is what we call the testamentary trust. One is called the living trust. Okay, so testamentary trust means you can actually create a trust inside your will, right? Living trust stand outside and is by trust deed, means a legal document. How do I learn about all these things? I can teach you a bit of tips. Means living trust means when the settlor, the person who created the trust, is still living. Okay, then side by side, he actually set up a legal structure called a living trust by way of trust deed. Okay, so you can actually put things inside. Just a bit of overview. So you can put things inside. You want to put cash also can, or of course in extreme situation you want to put property, or you want to put business in also can. I mean for certain purpose. All right, and whatever things inside the trust, the living trust, does not form part of the estate. All right. Then what it means is that when this person die, then assets inside the living trust will not be affected and will not form part of the estate. So it won't be affected. All right. And for the insurance side, if you have nomination and if you are using the trust nominee, then the insurance money will go direct to the trust nominee and it will not form part of the estate also. Okay. So when I was very actively doing research and study on estate planning, I also find it very headache because it's very complicated sometimes. All right. So I actually, this graphic, you may say, I mean, this diagram took me some years that I, figure it out and fine tune it. And now it become very stable. So you can see whether my module 2 insurance and estate lecturing, or you see my video, or you see my talk, you see my explanation to you. I always use this one. Okay. So why I show you this one is that we are looking at just one person, Mr. A. Okay, what happened to him? So now to save time, because we only have about an hour, and also this topic is very specific on double tragedy. So I go straight into what we are discussing today, which is what happened when husband and wife are not around. Okay, so I'll show you the overview. I'm assuming that you have a certain level of knowledge in this area, or you have a very important, keen interest to know about this topic. Okay. Right. So you have any question, you can just put it in. So what I do is that when I do so-called estate planning case, ideally you have a husband and wife sitting together. If they can do the planning together, they will help a lot. Okay. So you get 2 wills, and then you probably get 2 will custody also, I'm sure. 2 wills, 2 custody package, and then you probably get 1 or 2 insurance trusts. Okay, whether is it 1 or 2, afterwards one of you ask, then I will explain in more detail. Okay, and of course, the both party has what we call insurance needs, then you get policy for both sides and things like this. Okay. And then actually, just to let you know, I like this 3 box because, as I explained, the business ownership side can open door into so-called business estate planning. Okay, for those who are in the insurance industry, always call it business insurance, business continuation, business succession. All these are big words. Okay, so I just generalize it. The business estate planning means estate planning for business owner. Means what happened to their business when they die. Okay, that one will take a long time. So to advertise a little bit more. So when you subscribe to my 83 ringgit per month package, now for the first anniversary offer, I'm giving you a sign-up gift. I'm going to give you 1 full day of training, live Zoom training, especially talking about estate planning for business owner, sole prop, and then a partnership, and also Sdn Bhd shareholders. Okay, they will take 1 whole day, and I'm going to give them free as a sign-up gift for all of you. Okay, so hope you can take advantage of this because I'm giving out a lot of value. I reach a stage in my career that I find that all the things that I have not just researched, but I practice in the market, which I test it out with my student, 800 lecturing hours. I find that the feedback is very good. And I find that the market also need my kind of practical and integrated manner of estate planning knowledge and experience. Okay, so what I do is I just draw like this. This one is husband. This one is wife. Okay, so when we do will taking instruction, we take both. Okay, this box is the middle box just now, means the estate. So when if the husband die, then all the assets are under the husband's name will go under the estate. Okay, so my estate always 1 is put a dollar sign there. It actually called movables, liquid assets. Then number 2 is P. is properties are immovables. Okay, so you can see that my system actually I use it when I'm in front of prospect. So in front of prospect, I also explain like this in a very simple layman term that they can understand. Okay, so now actually I use it to do my training for practitioners in the industry. I'm sure you'll find it more practical. Okay, number 3 are private businesses. And then the wife side also the same. Okay, and of course, both of them have insurance, so that one I put it aside first. So even in front of the prospect, I also explain similarly, whether physically or sometimes I have a Zoom session. Also, I have sometimes I do joint field work for my downline advisors. Then they they have the prospect, and then they say they need help to do explanation. So I do explanation by Zoom appointment as well. Okay, so I tell the husband and wife prospect, I say like that. So I say both of you, ideally, if your wife, assuming I'm talking to the man, sorry, the man, I say ideally, if you can, then your wife also write the wills together. So do you think your wife can also, I can take the instruction of your will for your wife as well? Okay, usually there'll be a few answers. The typical one is if they say yes, okay, and then I will just say, all right, then it's better for us to make an appointment. When I take the will instruction, then both of you sit together, or both of you come into the Zoom together, right? But also, we as an estate planner, we must be sensitive enough to also listen or smell the tone of voice or the attitude of the man. So sometimes they'll say, never mind, I do mine first. Or then we respect him. Maybe there's something. So we have to fish out whether there's anything that they have a certain relationship issue or kind of thing, a bit sensitive. Okay, because when it comes to will writing, you talk about people's assets and wishes after they die. Sometimes a bit sensitive. So we have to be aware of that as well. Okay, I have handled many cases and people refer many cases, or they call me up and talk to them, talk about their problematic cases. So actually for the subsequent training I'm going to do, I'm going to also teach you how to do planning, estate planning for people who are divorced or people who have a previous marriage with a previous set of children and kind of thing. Okay, or their relationship legally husband and wife, but they are not they are separated, means they are not together. But that one you cannot assume. Okay, I got one case is separated. I mean, so-called you look at her, is she is staying alone with 2 children. So you cannot assume that is divorce. So you have to ask them whether I have to ask you because legally we need to be clear of this. Is it divorce already, or is it no? Okay, we just don't stay together. Or it means separated. Separated legal means they are still husband and wife. Understand, no? Okay, so they look at their relationship, whether they are married, kind of thing. Okay, so now this one, the other thing about these 2 husband and wife, of course, sometimes I also make the assumption that they are married. Okay, usually it's okay unless they may tell me that if they have a certain complicated background or relationship, they may tell me. But just for training, I mean for knowledge sake, when we do estate planning, when we talk about husband and wife, means they must be legally married. And in Malaysia now, legally married means it must be registered with the National Registration Department. Okay, if they can stay together, they behave like husband and wife, they even have children, but if they don't have that registration, the marriage registration, means legally they are not husband and wife. So if the man dies, the wife cannot claim as a wife, means he'll be disinherited. Understand? Okay, so this one is my assumption that they are legally married. Okay, so then I tell them, okay, you need to have 2 wills. And why is it you need 2 wills? You or do 2 planning together. I use this word, husband and wife will must synchronize together. Okay, so I use the word synchronize together. So what are things that we need to synchronize? Okay, so I say, okay, husband, you need a instrument, the will, and then the wife also need a will. And for will, you need to appoint your executor. Correct? Okay, then I ask the man, so if you are not around, do you think your wife can handle your things, your estate? Okay, so you get answer like yes, not sure, or some people say, oh no, I don't think she can handle my things, much more complicated. Okay, so let's say assuming the first answer is yes, my wife, I think she can handle my things, my estate, when I'm not around or no more around, right? So then I say, okay, then you may appoint your wife as the first executor. May, okay. Then substitute, then you appoint trust company, lor. Okay, but in West Malaysia and Sabah, this one I mentioned the law under the Probate Administration Act. What the law says is that you need 2 individual executor, another person, when you have minor children. Okay, but certain trust company, they still say okay with 1. That's assuming that when they go apply to the court, then they will just submit and say that they just apply one to have just 1 single executor, and it's up to the court to waive that requirement. Okay, so that's why in a market like in Peninsular Malaysia and Sabah, to me there is a practical need to appoint a trust company as the sole executor. Okay, of course, you have to disclose that the trust company also charge their annual, their executor fee, estate administration fee kind of thing lah. Okay, and then here on the wife side, then you may say, okay, so do you want your husband to be the executor? If not, then if you are okay, then you may get a trust company as your substitute executor or your sole executor. Okay, so this is the first thing that we want to synchronize between the two, so that in the worst case scenario, husband and wife not around, so the 2 estate will be held by 1 party, which is the trust company. Okay, so easier for them to handle. And later on, for those who want to add on an insurance trust, then you use the same trust company, so everything will be in order and it will not be just everywhere lah. Okay, so in different party, the what do you call that, the guardian also headache, correct or not? So when I say synchronize between the 2, 1 is the executorship. So you think through which will make more sense for the clients. The second one that I want to synchronize, I tell them I synchronize are the guardianship. Okay, guardianship, you also appoint executor. So you can appoint C as guardian. Here is okay, for example, here C is sister-in-law, then the wife side is called sister-in-law. And then this one, I want to put my sister-in-law, and then this one is my sister. So it's better to appoint the same set of a guardian for both wills. Okay, so in law, if both wills open up, the guardians are different, then it becomes joint guardian. Okay, you may say joint guardian not so much a problem because both are involved. But always when I do research and thinking through about all this estate planning problem or issue, I always think in terms of practical aspect. Okay, so personally, I always disclose to my clients that personally I don't like joint name, because it create a situation whereby if the 2 of them, they don't agree, then one of them or both of them don't want to sign the document, then you create a stalemate situation. Right? So that's my bias. You may agree or disagree with me, but I always tell my clients better you want to appoint first person as the so in terms of priority lah. Appoint this person first, and this person don't want to act, then you appoint another person as a substitute. So whether it's substitute guardian or for substitute executor, also similar. Some people, they're very kiasu, they always think that the more names I put in, the better it is. It's not like that, especially joint executor. Okay, today we are focusing on parents with young children, this type of market. Okay, there's another one. Maybe if there's enough requests, I can do another session. How do you talk to people who have adult children? Means the seniors. That one, their concern different. Sometimes you got funny thinking that they have. So how do you help them to think through or open up their mind? It's not easy. Sometimes seniors, you may not get the case because they cannot agree to what we say, kind of thing. Okay. So to me, my system is that I actually cut into basically it's two market. Okay, parents with young children, parents with adult children. Right. So back to our parents with young children. Okay, next one, what else do we synchronize? Okay, let's look at bank account. Okay, so in will writing, we do fact finding. To me, there are three types of fact finding, just for you to know. One type of fact finding is their assets under the person's name. And then the second one is their liabilities. See, liabilities, to me, there are two layers. Okay, first one, personal. The second one is their business. Okay, this part. Okay, today we'll not have time, but I tell you that this system to me is very powerful, very useful. You focus on their personal area first in terms of their will taking instruction, and then automatically they'll think about business. Okay, then say business part 2 lor. You want to do your business estate planning, then part 2, then you can do that later on. So it's linked up. Okay, so liability exposure, business side, you also have to fact find like personal guarantee that they sign all this. And then the third one is, I call it relationship. Okay, so this why using estate planning as a door opener into your insurance sales, into your financial planning, into your unit trust and kind of other planning. These are much more powerful because it creates the, what do you call that? Number one, the urgency. You know, if people die, right? With all this pandemic problem, so people are very, takut like that. So they will take advantage of that. Anyway, it's also to take care of their concern first. Then other planning can come in a bit later, correct or not? All right. So back to this so-called fact finding, we need to find out about their bank account. Always ask them whether they have joint bank account or not. And many of them, or some of them, or very common, they will join account with wife. Okay, even they say that my, the bank that I open account, they say got survivorship clause, means if I die, then my wife can still operate the account. Then I say, good lah, one less problem lah. But what if you and your wife not around together? Then your joint account also tak boleh pakai. Correct or not? I have actually a module 2 student. I asked him, the married with children, banker, but don't have will. Then he said, never, I don't need will because I got joint account already. I say, yeah, fine. That is if your wife is around or one of you is around. But if both not around, then jam up, correct or not? So when we do whatever planning, I always tell them you need to plan for more than one situation. So in this one, it's very kind of a powerful and advanced planning, comprehensive planning, because we plan for 3 possibilities. Correct or not? Means one person, husband not around, wife not around first, both not around. So worst case scenario must plan. I always have this concept or this logic. So in front of prospect, you look at him, this guy's a manager, this guy's a business owner, this guy's a professional, high income guy, he involved in management and all these things. A lot in management, in business, you have to do planning. So planning, you don't just plan for one scenario, you got plan A, plan B, plan C, even plan D, correct or not, depend on what happened. So in asset planning, we have to have this kind of attitude also. I plan all 3 situations for you. In worst case scenario, of course, you don't hope that it comes, but what if it does come, then at least you have absolute, what do you call that? Peace of mind. So we go deeper into the way we talk to our prospect. That will differentiate yourself compared to many others in the market. Correct or not? Okay, and the fact that you can talk like that, meaning that the prospect will sense that, wow, this guy I talk to is different. Huh? He has a debt. Okay, all right. So back to just now, the bank account. So we fact find. And then also you need to fact find the unit trust account, whether joint account or not. Okay, very popular, right? Unit trust account. And okay, I don't want to mention name, but I know that in the market, there is one unit trust company. Some that I know of, their agents do recommend that their unit trust account go and put another name. Okay, they say put another name better, so that if you die, you're no more around, then the other person can operate, so less of a problem. Which at first layer it is fine, no problem. Okay, but like I say, the way you listen to my training and talk, I always talk about more than one situation. Correct or not? Okay, first layer, no issue, right? But the complication of the joint account is, just to let you know, if A and B joint account, A dies, have survivorship clause, B can operate account, B go and withdraw the money from the bank, or go and sell off the units in the unit trust account and then take away the money, then got problem. Because the fact that B can operate the account and take the money out does not mean that B is the beneficiary of the whole money of that account. Okay, so that account still belong to the estate. So when it belong to the estate, then the estate creditors, estate beneficiary have a share, have a say in that. So you have this kind of complication. Okay, so that one very specific on joint account, got a bit of problem. Those who want to know, you can actually WhatsApp me. I have done some talk for smart investor, so it's recorded. I can send the link to you. That one is free lah. I can send it to you. Okay, that one is public talk. Okay, so come back to joint account. So you have to fact find, and then the other one is EPF. So you ask them whether they got nomination or not. Who do you put as nomination? You put wife. Okay, no? So wife EPF. Also put nomination. Put husband, for example. Okay, then this one, EPF, in the will, you also have to put in a clause to say that if my nomination in my EPF does not take effect for whatever reason, then I give the money in the EPF, I give to, we actually synchronize it with the nomination, I give it to my wife. If my wife predeceases me, then I give to my children. Just on the EPF, I elaborate a little bit because I see some of you maybe join me for the first time. Okay, so in the EPF nomination, you cannot put nomination, you cannot put substitute nomination. So you can only put one nomination. So you use the will to synchronize it. Okay, so that you can synchronize first with the EPF nomination. Then if the EPF nominee dies before the client, then in the will, you can put you can put substitute. So you can put children. Okay. And then the other thing that you can synchronize other than what we have discussed above are property. Okay, I'll see many cases. I'm sure you also see that a lot of time the property, they got joint name, correct or not? Right here, they got property, joint name, husband with wife. This one, joint name with husband. So this one, you have to synchronize. So in the will, then the husband give to the wife. Then the wife give to the husband. Okay. So if husband die, then the wife will get the whole house. Of course, assuming that there is an insurance or MRTA to settle off the loan. Understand? Okay. So if the wife dies, then husband get the whole house. Okay. Then you can put substitute. If both dies, then give to children. Kind of thing. Okay. So you can put a substitute, give to children. Substitute, give to children. Right. And another one is some other investment property. A lot of people like to invest in property and then they have joint name. So I simplify it to just joint name with husband and wife. Okay, I cannot give you too many scenario. That one, if you want, we have to conduct, maybe I create another half a day course to talk to you about how to take will instruction, and then what if other situation come out, and then you know, other joint name and all kind of thing, how do you take the will instruction. They want to take at least 4 hours. Maybe I can roll out another course if it is enough request for it. Okay, right? Okay, now come to business. For today's just a short session, I can just explain to you. Let's say the person has Sendirian Berhad share, example. And assuming that this business, they do own a business, and then it's husband and wife Sendirian Berhad. Kind of thing. Okay, then of course, just first layer, this one no choice. First layer, husband's share in the Sendirian Berhad give to wife, and then you know, if the wife dies, then the Sendirian Berhad share give to husband. No? Okay, that one we cannot do business estate planning or business succession or continuation. That one is part 2, right? But in the will here, we just put as first layer, give to each other, kind of thing. Okay. So just putting in very quick nutshell. So when we just put 2 wills together, then these are the few things that we synchronize. Okay, just to have a conclusion for this part, we will you know, synchronize the executor, appointment executor, substitute executor if there is any, and then very important, the guardianship. They are very important. Okay, for guardianship. Now, please note this point. When we write inside the will, I always put in, say, if my spouse predeceases me, then I appoint my sister as my guardian for my young children. So I always put the first part, because if you don't put, there will be a complication. Because if the husband die, the wife as the other parent is the automatic guardian, and then the husband will side go and put another, put another person as the guardian. Then it become 2, you know. So you create complication. Unless the person have some problem, some issue, then one you may say that you know, if you appoint another person as guardian, then they become joint guardian. So to reduce the complication, then better to put if my spouse, if my wife predeceases me, then I appoint my sister as my guardian for my young children. Okay, just a bit of extra tip for you. Okay, just continue. So when we synchronize, just to summarize this part, executorship, guardianship, joint bank account, joint unit trust account, EPF nomination, and then joint ownership in a property, and joint ownership in other investment property. And then if they're shareholding, then if they can give to each other. Okay, so this one is quite comprehensive, although I cannot add in too many things. So I will just explain up to here. And let me just take some of your questions, see whether I can answer all your questions. Okay, 913, Jason asked, if they engage the trust company as executor, do we have to inform the trust company or get their consent before to get the will signed? Okay, Jason, answer is big yes. And in the market practice, so-called, usually as an estate planner, or I know that you are a licensed secretary, you may want to take up a tie-up with a trust company. And then when you really want to do the will taking instruction, plan the will for them, then you use the service of the trust company means you draft the will through the trust company. Okay, like that is better all right. So because it's no point you appoint them quietly and then they sure don't want to they may not want to execute for your client, so it's quite illogical, right? Okay, next question, does loan account under bank account? Loan account under bank account? Answer is no. Okay, this one, when we have what we call the loan is in the property, is attached to the property because the property is charged to the bank So that's why as an estate planner is actually multifaceted. All right. And then you have to look at the liability exposure side. Means it's very simple. You just look at it like one person in front of you, he is your client or prospect. Hey, what happened when he dies? Just ask this question, and then you just permute it down, list it down, list down. When I first started my research, I think like that also. Then everything will start to be more clear, and all the details start to come out. All right. So when what happened if this H die, this husband die, property under his name can transfer or not? Cannot. Charge to the bank. Why charge the bank? Because loan haven't settled. So that one is under loan account, not under bank account. Of course, there are details like the situation whereby property under one name, loan under two name, or property under joint name, loan under one name, and then whether the husband is servicing the payment or the wife is servicing the payment, that one, of course, more complicated. And sometimes you also see joint name between husband and then the brother, or sometimes the wife have a property with a sister or with a parent, not with the husband, because they have bought it before the marriage, all kind of things. So these are variations. Okay. So I hope I answer your question, Jason. He said to confirm that survivorship clause does not mean that survivor spouse automatically inherit the account. Answer is yes. So the thing is, A and B joint name in bank account or unit trust account. With survivorship clause means the survivor can still operate the account. So A dies, the B can operate account. But the fact that B can operate the account, it does not connote ownership of the money or asset inside. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, so these are a bit complication that as an estate planner you need to aware of. And then when you do your planning, then you can explain to your clients properly. Okay, and then Jason also asked, now parents can get exemption for stamp duty when transfer asset. Does it include Samyang Berhad shares? I don't think so. That one you have to ask tax consultant, okay, to get the exact answer. Okay, but good question, Jason. The stamp duty is, I think, for properties only. Yeah. Okay, so I finished the question. If you have any question, continue to ask. And okay, let me just round it up. So now you can see there are two estates, correct or not? Husband and wife. Okay, now what happens when husband and wife dies together? Then at least both will come out. Then the executor, same party, ideally is trust company. Okay, then bank account with wife tak pakai, but we put a substitute, so you give to children, correct or not? Then unit trust account, if wife also don't inherit, then substitute go to children. Then same thing, this one of course they will get the whole house if one party dies. Okay, so what happens when you put in children as the substitute? Am I correct? Then what we do is that here, just to tell you, we have to put in a testamentary trust. Okay, let me just explain to you like last week. So when we say testamentary trust, basically means I direct my trustee to hold on trust my respective children's entitlement. Okay, for the purpose of maintenance, education, and medical expenses until the youngest reaches age of, say, 25. Okay, so here you need to also link up. First thing, who is a trustee? So depend on who died. So if a husband's will here, if husband die, then see who is the first executor. If wife, then wife. If not, then the trust company. Understand? Okay, so we are talking about the worst case scenario when husband and wife dies at the same time, both estate have to be administered. Then we look at both wills. So they are at least is synchronized and under one trust company. So if they're under one trust company, who is the executor? Then the children's entitlement are here. Then this one is the trust company, and these are the children's respective entitlement. Okay, so this trust company will hold for their maintenance, education, and medical expenses until the youngest reaches, say, the age of 25. This age, of course, you can vary it lah, depend on the client's input. Okay, so quickly, I just explained to you what is this. So both sides, you can actually put the same wording in there. And I want to round it up because a lot of us are insurance-based financial planners. Okay, so I redraw the thing. So this one is Mr. H. This one is wife. All right, and then let's say each of them have some life insurance policy. Correct enough? They have their respective life insurance. Okay, now the question is, should we have just one living trust? Then both husband and wife policy, here we still use the same thing, absolute assignment, into the same trust, and then the same set of children here. Okay, I'm not sure about other trust company, but the one that I deal with, okay, the one R company, they are okay to use this structure as long as the beneficiary are the same set. Okay, so this one for that company, the full their living trust for insurance is 1,500 one-off. Okay, so this one they can save a bit of money there lah. So depend how you advise your clients . But in in big city or now life is different. People may have now they husband and wife are okay, and then in future there may be a situation. So in front of client, I say I'm not saying that it will happen, but as a planner for planning, we think of multiple situations. If that situation come where here not ngam already, then you put like this. If they still love the children, then okay. If they go and fight on the children, then it's a bit complicated lah. So I just say, I'm not saying that it will happen. So I say, you think about it. Maybe you'll find that you want it to be a more better kind of planning. Then simple thing is just have another trust lah. Okay, it means the husband has the own insurance trust. Then the wife have the own insurance trust. So if the situation, that there is a divorce, then less complication because it's not combined, you see. Okay, so I will stop here. I already overshoot by a few minutes. Okay, so I'll take your questions. Any questions so far?
Mr. Lee.
Yeah.
I'm doing a will right now. Exactly husband, wife, having giving the same thing to each other. So I find that I feel very guilty when I tell my client to list down their asset, where actually all the terms are the same. That means when one die, it goes to the other, and then when common disaster happen, it goes to, let's say, rob the trustee. So I feel like listing down the asset, right? I feel very guilty is because they're being charged for so many clauses. Whereas if I tell them to save costs, put everything in residuary, and then do your own asset inventory. I don't know that way.
I see. Okay, that one we can do one-to-one training with you if you need. But generally, to answer this question, I always tell clients we will need to put in a sufficient instruction. Of course, you want to combine everything, just one clause, one residue also can, unless all the assets are single name.
Yeah.
Okay, you still have to fact find, because don't assume. I have done enough cases. Okay, like this kind of thing got joint name. Joint name, you cannot put one clause. Everything I give to my wife, and then if my wife predeceases me, I give to my children. So if it's joint account, you have to specify. Of course, joint account is if say okay, is also with my wife, then less a problem. But you don't assume they may have other joint account with a parent, joint account with brother, sister, or other things. But I still tell them that we don't overcharge them lah. We don't purposely like you got 5 property, then you list down 5 property. Actually, you list down 5 property also can lah, because the list is longer lah. But if they think it's okay to just combine it, then you can just put into one clause lah. So that one depends on situation lah.
Yeah,
So, because I also don't like to practice. I know, I mean, this is a recorded session, but I know some they lengthen the wheel and all these things, you know. But the point is, you go and lengthen the wheel. When you go and present to the client, I have this kind of problem also. Sometimes the client will ask, can I reduce the clauses? Then you go back and go and bottom for them. So it becomes very troublesome. So we will tell them that I will make sure that I give you sufficient clauses. Like the testamentary trust, like that one maybe count a few clauses, that one must be given. So the reason why we go and ask them to list down.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and okay, Jason asked, we have clients who claim they are owner of Sdn Bhd and they use nominee shareholder to fulfill certain requirements, so their name do not reflect in Sdn Bhd as shareholder. So do we write this inside the wills? All right, good question. So how to justify they are the real owner? Okay, so very good question. First thing is, look at the first layer. We look at the legal side. Okay, so we can only give will away things that belong to our name when we die. Okay, listen to this word. It's more than just Sdn Bhd share lah. That one okay. So to answer straight to this question, because you have this so-called nominee shareholder, means very common. I'm the real owner, but for certain reason, it's not convenient to put my name. So I use another person's name. I use my sister's name to hold correct now as a nominee. Okay. So legally, the Sdn Bhd share is in the name of my sister. Right? So how do you justify that the real owner? So my standard advice is go to the lawyer to do a trust agreement, where the sister hold on trust for Mr. H. So Mr. H is a real owner. Jason, okay or not? With that one, then they can claim they're the real owner. That one, if they want to write into the will, then they can. Are you okay, Jason?
So for the trust agreement, who will keep that copy? Because if cannot find the trust agreement, at the end of the day, when we want to apply for the grant of probate, we also cannot prove that there is a trust agreement.
Good question. So actually, who should hold the trust agreement? Company secretary lah. Of course, they are just for the sake of discussion. Some, of course, you do other ways lah, which not so proper, like pre-sign all this, which is we don't want to discuss lah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Yes. Okay. So you see, we need people from different backgrounds. So we have licensed secretary as our subscriber, and I also have lawyers who are also my subscriber for the academy. And of course, I have lawyers, accountants in my my CFP Module 2 classes. So we have good discussion on this kind of issue also. All right, so I've taken all your questions. Any other question? So now is 9:41. So I got 4 more minutes just to be fair to everybody. Any question? If not, then don't mind. I do a little bit of my promotion again. Some of you may have heard it. So in my this estate planning academy.com, as a result of my many hours of this online lecturing, so then I find that a lot of things that I share are very useful, especially question and answer from the student. So in my section 2, I have this 27 of a Q&A. Okay, some are on insurance related, some will related, some estate related. And then for those who are doing sales, you want to do insurance and estate planning, how to use it to open, I have a full section on the sales process. And then this one also very powerful because I have about almost 16 or 17 of them, where I cut my recorded lecture, where I explain certain portion in a very comprehensive way. So they are very eye-opening. And of course, I have a will awareness talk that I put it in. There are 4 of them here. Avatar video, I have 15 or 16 of them where you can download and then you can just WhatsApp to your prospect to open up market. And my articles, you can, I have 12 of them here, all downloadable. And I've just add in a few months ago, I add in the section 8, estate planning for business owner. And then I've just add in, I mentioned to you just now, and then the short talk, as and when, all these recorded sessions, I will all list it in there. Okay, so the section 1 is under Premier package. Premier package, initially I'm charging almost 1,000, you know, with the special rate. So now only want to make it more affordable to everyone. So I'm only charging 83 ringgit per month. Your credit card will be chargeable on a monthly basis. Then you access to all the 9 sections. And for the section 1, I'll give you 20 personal sessions. You can WhatsApp me, you can call me, you can want to do Zoom. Basically, case discussion, like for example, you got wheel cases you want to discuss. They may have special needs children, or they have a divorce kind of situation, or your business owner, or you got insurance cases. Then we can discuss on how to help you to you know, open and especially to move the case and close the case. Okay, so and so this is the package 3, the Premier. And then now I'm giving you a signing up offer, limited time. So I'll give you, like just now I mentioned, 1 full day course on Zoom. So that one you can do, you can ask a lot of questions, then I'll be able to answer a lot of your questions. So we get more time, right? So I hope you can help to subscribe and also share with many of your friends in the industry. My purpose is to empower more of you, many more of you, to be able to advise your client in a more competent and comprehensive way, so that your clients get much better or higher quality estate planning advice. Okay, because I find that I use the word many in the industry, they just do either single need, single instrument, or in the cross-selling, just do 2 or 3 instruments, but they're not integrated, and especially they don't cover the situation if both husband and wife die. Okay, you can actually just go and visualize yourself. Okay, you got the client, a man, and then you just first situation, you look at the visualize the client, what happened if he dies? Insurance, no problem, wife can collect the money, got nomination. EPF, then okay. But then what if the man and the man and the wife die at the same time, leaving young children? Then you can start to permute what are the problems. Okay, and then you start to realize that then your quality of your financial planning, your estate planning must be up to mark. Means you will realize that you need to integrate the whole thing. Okay, so integration, one a bit complicated, 3D or 4D. So along the way, you watch a lot of my training video, then I'll be able to help you. Okay, 20 session, how long per session? Flexi lah, you can call me, kind of thing lah. But don't just take 3 hours with me one-on-one. But I got training, then I can invite you because you are the subscriber. We can do some training together on that. Okay, Jason. Okay, and the other thing, I need your help. I hope you don't mind to give me some testimonial. Please, okay, give me your feedback. I don't mind. I give you the link. Let me just retrieve the link just now. Wait. Where's my link already? Okay, just give me a minute. One last minute. I retrieve my link. Then you help me to put in my feedback, and I hope you can give me a testimonial. Let me wait my file to open. Oh, my file to open. Yeah, okay. See. Okay, apology, just 1 minute. I retrieve my okay, never mind. I just retrieve it one more time. Where is my phone? This one. Okay. Okay, I put into the chat box. You don't mind to help. Okay, so this is the link. Please help me to log in and put in your feedback. And I hope you can subscribe with me. And then you give me a good testimonial so that I can help promote it to the, just depending on you people to help to promote my training for everyone. Okay, Monica, which slide you want to look at? Here, can you I speak in? I think it's better to speak. Monica, are you there?
Hi, Casey.
Hi.
I want the one that you mentioned about the subscription. Is it the?
Okay.
How does your subscription actually work?
Oh, okay. This one you just log in and then you just subscribe online. Your credit card will charge 83 ringgit every month. Then you access to all my videos from section 2 to section 9. There are 89 videos and a lot of topics there lah.
Oh, okay. So it's actually an online platform, is it?
Yeah, it's recorded because you want live. Of course, some of the time I do live, but then live, the problem is sometimes people can attend, sometimes people cannot attend, kind of thing, you know. So I just explain nicely. I cut it out very systematic. A lot of topics. You can see which topic that interests you, and then it's all Q&A and all very practical. And a lot of time you look at my the recorded video for the lecturing. My system is always the 3 box.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Right.
Thanks.
So yeah, if you have a problem, you let me know that I send you the link.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Right. So any other one last question? If don't have, then we call it a day. Already 9:50 already. Okay, thank you very much. So please go into the link to give me a bit of testimonial so that I'll continue to get motivated. So just keep updated on the future topics that I'm going to give. So almost every week I'll give one interesting topic for everyone. Okay, so with that, thank you very much, all of you. So have a good weekend ahead. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yep, bye.